Hey YouTube, I just want to do a update on the solar system and see what it's doing today. We don't have any sun, but just figured we'd check it out. This is just a home energy monitoring system, so this is showing me that the house is using 436 watts right now, which isn't too bad considering I have a 300 watt heater going outside. And we've used 10 kilowatts since midnight. Right now I'm on a time of use plan and it's off peak because it's Sunday, so the kilowatts are a little cheaper. Average daily kilowatt usage is 17, so I guess that's average. Let's go outside and see what this system is doing. It's completely cloudy, so we're not really getting any sun. There you can see the sun's all between those clouds, so there's nothing really coming through there. But we'll go see what the GTIs are doing anyways. There's my 265 watt panels. They're not hooked up to a grid tie, but they are charging batteries for now. The 230 watt Sharp panel on this angle has just got a little bit of snow in the corner, which is really no big deal. There's not any direct sun to really matter at this point. We'll climb this dangerous ladder and see what's on top of the panels for snow. Alright, so two of them are clean and the other one at the end is pretty much covered in snow, so we're not going to get much out of that thing. Let's go see what the grid ties are doing. Alright. Okay, so there's the 600 watt sun and a 600 watt power jack. They both have 460 watts, two panels on them each. I find if you put any more than 50% the wattage into these Chinese grid tie inverters, the efficiency just takes a dive. So I like to keep it around half, but 460 seems to be pretty good because in the summer I get pretty decent power out of them. You can see the lights moving on that one. Not super fast, but there's something coming in there. And this one's got the panel that's facing the opposite way for afternoon sun and most likely the one covered in snow, so we're not getting much out of that one. The grid ties are pumping out 146, 111, so we're still getting something even though the sun's not really out directly on the panels. Definitely helps. I do have a 300 watt heater that I was mentioning running out here 24/7. This thing's only 300 watts, but it just keeps it a little warmer in here. So if it gets really cold, I just fire up the propane buddy heater and I can mess around with junk out here. But right now the grid tie or the Outback isn't really doing anything for charging any batteries. Oops, get out of there. 10.3 volts is what the battery's sitting at. All my solar batteries are inside. You probably saw those on the way out, but this marine battery's pretty much shot, so I just have it sitting out here to keep the charge controller on. I've only got two of the four panels that are up there on a switch. The other ones are directly wired into this grid tie, and the other two I can switch over. If I put this on number one, the Outback should wake up. There we go. 36 volts from the panel it's reading. It's probably going to track. There we go. It'll slowly bring the voltage back up in this battery. One of the cells has a dead short in it, so it's not coming back to life, unfortunately. There we got about 5 amps coming in from the sun out of just two of the panels. It's in a bulk charge now. And that'll pretty much run right up to float instantly because the battery's shot. 13.7, that's the battery voltage, the out, right there. So anyways, we'll leave that on grid tie. There's no sense charging a dead battery, and we could use the extra power. There we go, slowly going up. 100 watts. So it's the first of the month. I'll have to take this out and reset it and see what I get for the month for production. Anyways, 86 that you see there for kilowatts is more than a month. I haven't reset this thing in quite a while. Those two 65 watt panels on the post, I just hooked up to another small little system here. It basically, what I did is I took these two golf cart batteries that I had that are pretty sulfated, and they're 232 amp hour deep cycles. They're 6 volts each. I wired them up, and you can see the voltage is sitting at 14 volts with the two panels holding them up. And then I just put a separate inverter here, so it's kind of like a separate little system in case I want to run like the tools for working out in the yard, the weed whacker and the leaf blower and stuff like that. It just sits here and stays charged. I wired up these LED RV lights. Shut that one off. I just got these at Princess Auto, and they've got, you can see the LEDs in there, which are pretty bright actually. So I wired that up to these two deep cycle batteries, and I just put it on the load side of the controller. You've got your panel, your battery, and then a load side. So I just ran some wires up and put on these RV lights so that I have some power out here. If the power goes out, I can still run these. Got another one over there, but I haven't hooked it up yet. So we'll do that and see if these batteries won't come back up. It's holding a pretty good voltage, but it used to rest. These two sat for 6 months with no charge, and they were resting at about 11.8, which is pretty lousy. So this charge controller seems to float around 14.2. So I think that voltage, it'll just slowly desulfate a little bit. So I'll just leave these sit here for the winter and see if they don't get any better. It's been sitting here for about a month now with being charged every day when the sun comes out, and they seem to be holding about 12.4 now overnight with no charge after resting for a couple hours. So they're definitely better. They'll enough to run a radio and run these lights for me, and that'll be okay for that. And then when it warms up a little bit, I can get my deep cycle batteries put back in here. It should be good to go. Anyhow, just an update. Thanks for watching.